respected Deputy Director FMS Dr. Darshni Goyal ma'am, our prestigious Chief Speaker, Mr. Rajat Nath, Head of Construction and Mining in BD Commercial Vehicles at Volvo Group. We also welcome Mr. Nitesh Jain, PGDM batch 2005 and 7, all the director and faculty members, and my fellow mates. I, Tanvi Gupta, a PGDM student of FMS would like to extend my heartiest welcome to you all in the Alumni Talk Series from schools, Decoding B2B. FMS is ranked A++ among India's top B schools and first among the best B schools of Rajasthan. FMS has a proud legacy of advancing the careers of students and transforming organizations towards a better tomorrow. It is indeed my great pleasure to welcome among us the alumni of this institution. Alumni Talk Series is a program run under the Alumni Association of FMS in which we wholeheartedly welcome our reputed alumni to connect and share their valuable views with us. It will be my pleasure to introduce an eminent senior of mine. Not only is it a movement of happiness and nostalgia for us, but also an opportunity to reflect on our learnings and achievements. An adept business management professional with 15 years of experience in key account management, B2B, go-to-market strategy, having vast experience in handling automated, logistics, pharma, telecom, infrastructure, and many more across India. Yes, I'm talking about our guest of the day, Mr. Rajat Nath. In the present role at Volvo Group, where he manages North India as Head of Construction and Mining in BD Commercial Vehicles. He also runs an auto blog where he covers his professional and personal experiences. He was among key managers of the core team who formulated and piloted the business processes at Mahindra Logistics and retail business at PECB. Besides his vast experience in B2B, he has sharp marketing sense and strong insights among customer experience and expectations. Now, I would like to invite respected Deputy Director FMS Dr. Darshni Goyal ma'am for official welcome of our chief guest, Ms. Santhi.
Good morning. I did not see that enthusiasm. Very good morning. Better, much better. Basically, rendezvous. Do you know the meaning of rendezvous? It is a French word which means an interaction. And the Alumni Talk Series. You know the importance of Alumni Talk Series? How important an alumni is for the institute. Basically, they are the ones who craft the institute, who craft the individuals, the juniors that are there associated with the institute. Alumni Talk Series has been the brainchild of Madam President. She wanted that alumni interaction should be a regular phase with us, and that is why eminent alumni speakers have been invited to interact with you people so that you get the better exposure about the corporate world. I understand the faculty members and the guest speakers have been giving their best to build in and to bring about more of the interactions and the corporate exposures to you. But no one than your associated, your linked person can do. And who better than an alumni himself? The one who has actually made this institute what it is. It is actually the institute's building is what is required is to have that strong alumni base. And that's good with the God's grace. We have strong alumni connect. One such speaker with us is Mr. Rajat Nath. He has been, I am really obliged with his presence even during this COVID scenario that he has taken out his precious time to interact with you. Otherwise, the series have been till now moreover online. But he has spared his valuable time for us. I'm really honored, sir. Thank you so much for that. We also have Mr. Nitesh Jain. I again, another eminent alumni with us. Such kind of interaction, I think, will build the corporate exposures and will get you gain that knowledge. Sir has a strong, the corporate experience that we call it with B2B. You know what is B2B? Very nice. At least you have that, right? And I think no books can give you that kind of exposure which he summarized it today with his actual experience. He has been an alumnus of batch 2004-06, and in an interaction I got to know that he got a campus placement with Sonalika Tractors, a two-wheeler, again a major division into 4 wheels that is into tractors and all. Such things have always, matured the person, and I think you must gain that experience of this. He's been associated with Volvo, big brand, right? And that is why I think that will pay you people. I mean, his experience is basically helping us to gain more, and his experience is helping us to learn more. So I officially welcome Mr. Rajat Nag once again to his own campus. I don't call it my, but his own campus. I would also like to have this small token of welcome for you, sir. Please. So the stage is all yours for the interaction. I think that would be the better way. And we would like to suggest. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would request our respected chief guest to carry forward the session.
Hello. So nothing has changed like that. I mean, this is the same auditorium and I used to present it. If I'm not clear, please let me know. This sound is little.
Yes, ma'am.
So nothing has changed, my dear friends, and I just want to thank you all the faculty members and especially the young faces. Kedar, Adalya, बहुत सारे. I think I really welcome you all and big clap for all of you. So I welcome especially the new batch. Guys kind of actually have weakened a lot because I used to see during our times this entire podium has been auditorium has been blocked and in fact people have to wait outside. So enthusiasm level has been so long, but I just want to make it sure that this entire presentation, we will keep it very simple. I just present something. If you have any questions, just note it down, and I'll take all the questions in the end one by one. Anything and everything when you have a doubt, please note it down. And I just try to make it as simple as possible. We'll come in directly to the presentation part. And I will just request everyone to please put your mobile phones on the silent mode. The basic discipline for this required. Because मैं तो senior भी हूँ, बोल सकता हूँ आपको. So that's the thing. So I'll start my session. I request if you can just put off some of the lights and just keep this on. इसके दो फायदे होते हैं, पीछे वाले सो सकते हैं. Thank you. So I just try to make it very simple. We are putting up a presentation on B2B. So you, as ma'am just asked you all know what B2B is. It is business to business. So you have chapter number 8 in Philip Kotler, which is talking about the business markets. So who are the students of marketing and sales? Sales and marketing batch से कितने लोग हैं? That's the only staff you have in sales and marketing? Okay. So you all are from the RM batch primarily?
Basically, they are from first semester.
Okay. So you are okay to all. Okay, most welcome. So I'll start my presentation with my famous line which I've learned in FMS only, IM only, and it says that marketing is all about common sense. Very, very important thing to learn in this institution in every care part that you do, anything that you do, if you are in marketing, you need to have your common sense correct. But on the situation, the reality of the situation is that common sense is also not so common. So during my presentation, you have to keep your common sense open. So window has a common sense of common sense. Because everything which follows is logic. Create your common sense and keep the reality of the common sense right. So I'll straight away go to my presentation part, what we're going to cover as a font in this entire presentation. First is the basic understanding and the basic concept of the resistor business. I have designed certain segmental models to understand how does in the real time, how does actually the segments operate, different segments of economy. So we have infrastructure, we have automotive, we have FMCG, we have pharma, we have IT, telecom. So out of these many sectors of the economy, I just try to take some of the sectors. The most important thing, and which I will cover it more elaborate, like how B2B business and how B2B marketing is different from the B2C marketing. So what is B2C? So, because it is very much important to understand the nuances of B2C also. Because B2C marketing doesn't work into B2B environment. So if you're coming from a B2C, you won't think that you become rock star in B2B. Because the peculiarities of a B2B marketing or B2B businesses are very different from a B2C market. So we'll understand that. That I'm saying, I'm especially a slide which is focused on the peculiarities, because this is where the difference actually comes from a B2B business to a B2C business. And it actually tries for what is required in a B2B manager also. I am just making it simple to understand what exactly is a B2B buying process. It is not like the B2C process. It is little typical in the, it is not typical exactly, but there is a flow, the process chain which follows in a B2B business, how to buy any product. Now this is a core, the B2B strategy. And here I will share you one of the strategies which I have created at my own within my organization, and which is my baby and which is my brainchild, and I'll be sharing this entire strategy presentation with you also. And for all of you, what is required to be a B2B manager. So I think in this entire journey you will have a lot of learning first, you will have fun, and you will have a lot of insights about how does B2B businesses operate, and there are a lot of companies. So before going directly into the presentation part, any more expectation that you have from this? Anyone? कुछ और मानता है क्या इसमें presentation में simple? Anything? But be easy. I mean, I am alumni. I am your senior. तो कभी भूल जाओ corporate से आया था. So ask me any questions, but in the end, is that okay? Yes, sir. अरे जोश तो लाभ हो रहा था. Is that okay? Yes, sir. ठीक है. Before going directly into the presentation, I have a small trivia for you. And please do not use your mobile phone. It's very simple. How many of you know this brand? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. How many of you knows this brand? You can read that? Yeah. Yeah. What's the brand name? Jabil. And I am very sure, I am 100% sure, not both of you, I mean all of you, is been using this brand right here, right in the class. Do you know who owns Wellpac? Reliance Industries Limited owns the Wellpac. It is $8 billion brand which is having a monopolistic share across world, and it is one of the biggest revenue earner across Reliance brands. They have a Jio brand, they have Reliance Industries, Petrochemical, this is one of the most earning brands for them. And you don't know the name. You know Jabil Circuits? Jabil Circuits is one of the brand which is, all of you use mobile phones? Jabil makes the entire chipset of the mobile phones. Your televisions. It is the biggest supplier of the circuit boards, the cascades, the adhesives. You don't know the brand. The biggest brand, $22 billion brand, which is having a presence of more than 100 countries. But why so? It's because the rain, nothing bad about it. But why so? There is a reason behind it. Now, any B2B business has a basic concept that it's a kind of marketing where seller is making a sale of an intermediate product or service. इसका क्या मतलब है? I help you with this. Here, the seller does not sell a product which is used by the end user or the company. So for that matter, in this case, we can make it little simple. Relvac. So Relvac primarily develops what? It is polyethylene triacrylate molecule. इसको हिंदी में बता रहा हूँ. It is a प्लास्टिक का दाना होता है जिससे प्लास्टिक का बॉटल बनता है. You know, across the world, Reliance is a leader into it. But you don't use this plastic ka dana. You haven't seen it, but it is the biggest business there. So Relvac actually sold it to the bottle manufacturers. So here, the product which is being used by the bottle manufacturers does not being consumed by the end user. Where do you get that from? So what you actually, so if a Reliance Pack guy goes to the bottle manufacturer, he is actually making a B2B sale, where he is making a sale of a product which is not actually used by the consumer or the user product. It is not, so you know this. You know the final product, but you don't know the intermediate products. There are n number of companies which is into B2B, which is actually making the polymer, the intercast, they make the bearings, they make technology, they make consulting, they make IT, but you don't know that. And this is one where the large businesses come up. Very big brands, very large brands are into B2B, and you might not be aware of them. But you need to understand, boss, this is one big business which is behind every business. So I'll take you through what modelings are there, what is there. So anything which you see today, say, if we talk about the stable, wood has been coming from somewhere, steel has been coming from somewhere. So you see the final product. You don't see from where the wood is coming from, the steel is coming from. Anybody who is making a sale, the guy who is selling the same product, is basically a B2B supplier or a B2B manager. I hope I am clear on this. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So I just try to cover how does actually B2B value chains or B2B businesses come from. So in this B2B businesses, we can start with one of the most widespread value chains across different sectors of the economy, and which is one of the most traditional sectors, which is FMCG. I hope you all are with FMCG. FMCG? Yes. So this is a typical value chain in FMCG. What happened in FMCG? Say we take this example, which is Nirma. You all know Nirma? Nirma is a very big brand in India. Into so many other things, and washing powder is very much available. My father, when that point of time, say ahead, Nirma is still there. So what happened in a typical B2B value chains? You have sellers and suppliers. So the organization, does not only consumes the final product. I mean, it consumes a lot of other things also. Say, in this case, Nirma is using Oracle DBMS. You all know about Oracle DBMS, database management system to manage the company data. So you have Oracle, who is a vendor to Nirma, he is a supplier to Nirma. He is selling IT solutions to Nirma. Then there is somebody called as soda ash. Soda ash is actually used in the manufacturing of the washing powder. So somebody, maybe a Tata Chemicals, something like that, is a supplier to the Nirma. Besides this, you have knife hand facilities. Knife hand facilities, what does knife hand do? Anybody? One thing which I really want from this batch, boss, go open newspapers, read books as much as you can. ऐसा नहीं चलता है. मतलब I mean, if you go directly into corporate like this, you have to learn like hard. I mean, I couldn't expect that. So Knightran basically is a large property consulting firm which actually advise their clients on buying some properties across India, across the world. So Nirma takes the services of Knightran also. Then you have Lenovo, the computer company, which also sells. So when they are selling to Nirma, so they are not making a washing powder, but they are all helping Nirma into making the washing powder. So these all are who is making a sale at Nirma, which are not a direct product, which is a helping and intermediate product. This is called a B2B sale happening there. From sellers, from suppliers, vendors across to Nirma, it is a B2B sale. Is that clear? Now, there are two models available. One is again in B2B value chain. You see, now these days with the advent of e-commerce, so fast, brokers and big basket and all that. So you have a lot of aggregators. You're all very much aware about aggregators. And in this generation, I can expect this, they are being very, very high. So Amazon, Flipkart, everybody, Swiggy, Zomato, these all are the aggregator platforms. They buy it from Nirma or they take it from Nirma and sell it to Mr. Kapoor, Vikas, whoever is ordering it. So the value chain goes like this way. The other or the more traditional way of doing it is somebody at Nirma sell it to a distributor, larger distributor or the other warehouses. And then it is selling it to a larger, Gupta Kirana store, this store, that store, to this, mom and pop store primarily on this business. So this is again a B2B sale. Now from the Kirana stores and this old mom and pop stores and this stores, when this we go and buy it, it becomes a B2B sale. Now where the jobs come, and this is very important, and that's the only point that I made it for you. Vendor development, key account management, corporate sales, OE sales are the kind of job titles that you will get when you are making a B2B sale. This is the common job titles that you are going to hear. Modern trade. Anybody who is into FMCG likes to be into modern trade because if you are selling it to a restaurants and if you are selling it to big bazaar or the more organized channels of the distribution, Amazon. So that the modern trade actually comes from. And if you are selling it directly to, if I am a Nirma representative selling it to a distributor, I handle a channel. What I handle? A channel. If I handle Amazon as my account, it becomes a modern trade. Now, my subject, automotive. In automotive, this is more simpler. You don't have a distributor, large distributor, something like that. So you have suppliers. Suppliers got a lot of components into a car, maybe a sheet metal, maybe a wiring harness, maybe fasteners, maybe bolts, maybe anything. There are a lot of suppliers. We don't know the name of it. So Bharat Forge is one of the India's, in fact, one of the largest forging companies of the world. Motherson Sumi Systems is one of the biggest, wiring harness company of the world. So these companies supplies to the OEMs. OEMs, what does an OEM mean? OEM. Who's that? Yes. So OEM is that original equipment manufacturer, they primarily manufacturer, the larger manufacturer. So it may be a Maruti, it may be a Hero Honda, it may be any company, maybe a Ola also. So from Ola or from Maruti, they take it buy from various suppliers, goes to OEMs, and from OEMs go to the channel. आपके घर में when we go outside, when we see there are a lot of dealers, King City, Honda, Whirlpool Motors, this matter, that motor, which are primarily the channel of that particular manufacturer, through which they sell. So in this from suppliers, if somebody, a representative of suppliers, sell it to Maruti, it is known as the B2B sales. From OEM through channel, it is also called the B2B sales, but it is also known as the channel sales also, because this is not pure institutional sales. And when you go to a dealer and you buy a car, it will become a B2C sales. So I am just putting a second perspective to this. First I have covered the FMCG. Now this is the automotive change. Now again, for this, what are the job titles that we primarily see? It is the corporate or the OE sales, key account managers, enterprise sales. Enterprise sales is basically a term when used primarily with the tech-based companies, the SaaS companies, which are more into the soft products or kind of an organization. They use the enterprise sales, which is primarily the selling of the services. So anybody that I told from one OEM to a channel, it is called channel sales. And in the B2C, when you are selling from channel to the customer, it is called the retail sales. Is that clear? Because these are very, very basic concepts that I am telling you that it is primarily required to understand any business. From what may, you have to learn this. You have to learn this across. Because you do not have any option. You go into any business, any business, be it pharma, be it IT, be it technology, be it anything, it goes like this. And last segment which I am covering here is the e-com sector, which is the most in and most hot and what prevalent sector. Very, very simple supply chain. Now this question I really wanted to answer. The first supplier in that case, what is the name? Do you know Cloudtel? No. Cloudtel पता है? क्या है? What's that? Yes, in fact, it is one of the biggest mobile phone suppliers and vendors within the Amazon group. Very good. Say Nestle sells products on Amazon. ABC warehousing companies are also there, where Amazon used to put their products. If you don't make warehouses, they have vendors for warehouses. Then Suntac. You don't know, Suntac is a typical organization. Suntac is one of those companies who keep track on what you buy. Whatever is your buying behavior into Amazon, Flipkart, and this company keep a track of that. So this is also a vendor to Amazon. So all these companies, vendor companies and supplier to the aggregators. So I don't use the word manufacturer here. These are all aggregator organizations. So aggregator organization, and when you order it, so Mr. Kapoor, Mr. Sharma, Mr. X, Mr. Y, everybody is there. Say buyer here, when somebody from Cloudtel goes to Amazon, it is a B2B, and from an aggregator to the customer, it is a B2C. Now here, the most jobs are, the most important thing, ये slide समझ लेना ढंग से. This is one of the most relevant to you, all of you. The new nomenclature of jobs has changed now. Here, you don't require a vendor management, you require a seller development, a modern trade managers, and a CAM managers. And the most important, digital marketing, SEO, SEM, performance marketing, anything that you want to learn. It is the sector of the economy which is actually booming and is going to be, will be hot at least for the next 5 years. So anything that you wanted to do must contain everything and everything about digital marketing. It is a must. Now, before going into B2B versus B2C, I just want, I have entirely, make it a tripartite into 3 parts. So first is the pre-sales. For any selling process, you have 3 stages. One is the pre-sales. बेचने से पहले, the work, homework that you do, the competition analysis that you do, the demand analysis that you do, anything which is happening before sales is called a pre-sale activity. So how does B2B selling is different from a B2C selling? Then you need to understand this entire pre-sale activity. Pre-sale में क्या होगा? What exactly B2B, how does B2B is different from B2C when it comes to pre-sales? You see this map? Anybody? This map basically indicates, this is quite light, so I just help you with understanding this map. This is the automobile map of India. This map actually shows that where are the major automobile companies in India are. So you can see, they are very concentrated in one place. One is near Haryana and Delhi and Hyderabad. Other is near to Maharashtra. And third is which is very near to the south, which is Hosur, Ennore, Chennai, and Bandara, which is primarily Bangalore, Chennai. So this is the first difference. In any B2B, the buyers are concentrated at a particular place. Kitne buyers होते हैं, although buyers are very, because these are primarily manufacturing organizations, so they cannot have the buyer supplier at a very long distance. It will increase their logistics cost. So usually all the buyer suppliers are primarily very nearby. In fact, buyers are very nearby because they have a common supplier base. So they have all the, you can see from this graph, primarily all the companies, all the buyers are primarily at one place. Second, but in the case of B2C, anybody is a buyer. You all are mobile phone buyer. You use soap, you use sugar, but you are dispersed across India, across the world. So you are buyers, but you are dispersed. In a B2C, anybody selling from directly B2C, it is having customers everywhere. But in the case of B2B seller, the markets are and the buyers are very concentrated in one place. What's the difference? Number of deals. If you are a B2B seller, the biggest difference is the kind of number of deals that you do. In B2C sales, you have a lot of customers. Everyone here is a customer. He uses. So there are a lot of customers. There are a lot, larger in other part of the country the customers. But in a B2B sale, I don't buy a fast. I don't, SAP doesn't sell to me. Microsoft doesn't sell to me. All these organizations who work in B2B space have a very small number of deals. If I am a B2B manager, I have a very limited number of clients, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20. So practically, till today, I handle only 23 clients of national highways. Very, very limited clients of North India make it to so large that we have a specialized B2B manager for that. Now this is a news item. Look at the size of the deal. Infosys is a front runner of $1.5 billion of Pfizer. Now Infosys is making an IT B2B sale to Pfizer. You know all Pfizer? Yes. 500 million deal with Google pulls Infosys in focus. So the point that I want to make here is deal sizes are very, very large. To crack one big deal may take you a year also. It took a lot of commitment, lot of cross-functional work, lot of things to do, and this is a very, very peculiar thing to this business is the deal sizes are huge. In my case also, I used to do a deal, I used to sit for 4 months, and in the 4 months I used to do my 50% of the business if I hit one deal. Now, this is what is the demand which is elastic and inelastic? Anybody who knows this thing. Elastic demand. Somebody who is coming from the commerce background. I have learned there a lot of commerce too. Anybody? What is the elastic and inelastic demand?
Inelastic changes in large amount because of price, or elastic doesn't change much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. So in fact, Absolutely correct. This is like this. So in an elastic demand, and this is a little technical to understand, and it's like very basic also in the 11th class, 11th or 12th, this things come. Whenever with a decrease of price, if the demand changes on a higher side, it is called an elastic demand. But with the increase of price, or sorry, lowering of the price, if the demand doesn't change much, it is an inelastic demand. So, in a B2B sale, the demand is always inelastic, at least in a very short term. We'll take an example. Just understand in the market, if the commodity steel prices increase or lowers down with 15% or 20%, you don't expect Maruti will buy, heaps and bounds of steel from that. Because Maruti doesn't want, what I do with the steel if the market is not there? COVID everything. Nobody is buying. So what I going to do with the steel? So even if the prices come down very, remarkably 15%, 20% of steel, of the commodity, or the intermediate product, it doesn't affect the final sale to the Marutis and the final product, because it has got a cascading effect. If Maruti car sell, then I'll buy more. If it doesn't sell, it hardly matters to me. Just opposite in the case of B2C. In B2C, if the oil prices come down, so wherever if you are buying one, you said, what dramatic change है, बहुत low करेंगे. In fact, hoarding start हो जाएगी. It will daily demand go back. So understand this is a very basic difference. Now, from pre-sales, this is all pre-sales. We get into the arena now, and this is now sales. Sales is happening now in a B2B business market. And what is the difference with the B2C? Now that's me. Yesterday, I can tell you boss, and I was like this. I make multiple calls to a client. I meet so many people multiple times to this department, that department. I said, even I feel bad. I said, it's a good day. And that's where the difference comes from. In a B2B sales, you have to do multiple calls to the same customer many times. You have to meet, show him the product, some product manager changes, then some other guy comes, then he said, your requirement has changes, everything has changed. But in B2C, अभी साबुन खरीदने के लिए, buying an installation, you don't need so many calls. A seller and a sales guy come to you and say, boss, this is my plan, select one. So one call, and finally with the sales guy perspective, it is hardly at 1, 2, 3, maximum 4 calls are there. But in a B2B, you require to have a lot of multiple calls. So, and I'll tell you what exactly happens. Yes. You keep on doing it, and your buyer will say, boss, अभी तो requirement नहीं है 6 महीने बाद आना, and ऐसा कैसे लगेगा? It's बोले, वाह 6 महीने बाद, हाँ? So, sales cycle लंबा है. It's like any B2C cycle happens in a day, in a minute, in a second. Problem खरीदने के लिए आपको कितनी देर लगता है? तो पैसा दिया है, you get so. But it does not happen in B2B sales. B2B cycle, selling cycle is very long. You start meeting people, they'll say, I have no requirement, they'll send you to somebody else, you'll send you to somebody else, you don't know the product, you don't have requirement, and it keep on going till you will not die, till the time you will not die. So sales cycle, again, in a B2B is very long, against to a B2B cycle, a B2C cycle. Now, in any B2B organization, the buying process is very professional. You go, there is an evaluation process. I think Nilesh has done this yesterday. He and Nilesh were there. So he has to go through the process, show your product. Then they'll make, comparison. They'll do it. They'll negotiate. But it does not happen B2C. If you want to buy a car, you don't float a tender to Maruti and Honda says, boss, I want a car. Nobody will react to that. So in a B2B, the buying is very professional, and in B2C it is random. You go and buy it. Just this is as simple as this. influences. In a B2C sale and then primarily in a B2B sale, there are a lot of influences. It is not that if I am buying, even if I am buying a pen for my organization, I have a lot of influences. I have to take approvals from my IT team for to do some of the IT wires go there and this or that. I get requirement approval of an admin team, I can require an approval of the accounting team, the CEOs and blah 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 blah. Depending upon the complexity of the product. As the product becomes more complex, so just understand, if you buy a fan, you don't need to think so much. But if you are buying a lift for your organization, so because it has a value, higher value, it is more complex, kidhar lagana hai, it requires a lot of civil work also to do. So for all these things, as the complexity increases, you have multiple influencers of your buying decision. ऐसा मत लो, वैसा ले लो, इसका ले लो, वो ले लो. But in your own B2C, nobody will influence you. If you want to buy, you go and buy. Am I clear? Now, when you making a marketing pitch into a B2B sale, it is very relevant and more, contextual in understanding that in B2B, whenever you sell a marketing content, maybe it may be a brochure, maybe a leaflet, maybe anything that you are selling. When you are selling an email, it has to be more informative about the product. But when you are selling a Coca-Cola, you don't need to be informative. Yeah, you don't need to tell you what the sugar chips you are talking about. But if you are selling a capital equipment, you need to tell what is the horsepower, what is the engine, what is the gearbox, what is this, what is that. You need to be very, very informative in marketing content, and you need to be more disciplined, more professional when you are selling your, it requires a little serious approach to all that. But in more consumer products, you don't need to do that. You need to be more entertaining. Customer के साथ connect होना चाहिए. It's more important कि उसको emotionally contact कैसे कर सकते हैं, that you need to understand it. In a B2C. That's a big question, obviously. And everywhere you go, you'll have this question. Who is the target audience? किसके लिए बनाया है? For whom we are making this product, for whom we are selling this product. And in B2B, and that's the problem with the B2B markets, that you have very, very lesser number of organizations. Your target audience is very small. But in a B2B, in a B2C, everybody has a label, everybody is a consumer. But in B2B, very, very less companies are there. So I can give you an example of Wellpad. So we don't know who is the consumer of Wellpad, because there are different organizations. So there are very few organizations who make plastic bottles. So you have very less number of buyers, very less number of target audience. I can see people sleeping. I mean, I am going very fast for it. This is getting so bored. Is that okay? So now it comes to the targeting, and especially this point I have added for all of you. Now these days, because there is a lot of interaction is going into the digital format, and marketing is more going into a digital targeting and digital approach. So I suppose you all are well aware about the retargeting process. Retargeting क्या होता है? Anybody? Cookies सुना है? देखा होगा? So what happened? Retargeting. You go to a company website, you visit their website, and every buyer you will start showing that ad. Now, this is how retargeting actually does. But primarily they read your cookies, they learn your cookies from your computers or mobile phones, and then they started targeting you. This is called primarily retargeting. You go to your website and then start targeting. So this is happening like this. So who was the movie? Players. Or Dhum. अरे इसका नॉलेज तो अच्छा होना चाहिए. So you visit our website. So in primarily to B2B businesses, you always be very, very professional when sending any content to them, to your customers. So you need to be to use tools like retargeting. You need to use your emails, formal emails to your customers. besides the whatever physical action that you do. And in B2C marketing, like more of the social media walla that you see, everything the famous thing, every time everything, nothing new has happened, or lot of things. I can't tell about the social media, you know much better than me. Social media advertising का वे क्या होता है, and they used to keep it more entertaining, engaging. And what happens post sales? Post sales क्या होता है? This is very important, very big interaction to B2B. That in a B2B businesses, buyer and seller have a very strategic relationship. ऐसा नहीं होता boss, you sell and you go. You have to be, it is like a marriage. You can't run away from it. Somebody who is making your gearbox, you see, in the entire machine, when you drive a car, you have a gearbox working. So somebody who is making a gearbox is a very strategic supplier to you, because you cannot change your gearbox every now and then, and you have to work according to a new model. Then they will sit together, their engineers will sit together, they will try all the possibilities, all the optimizations to do and make a better gearbox. So their relationship is very strategic. In B2C, it hardly matters. You can buy Hamam Soap today, you buy Rexona, you buy Leren, you buy Borotas, you buy XYZ. Nobody bothers. But here in the B2B businesses, these things matter for very much. Customers, yes, you have to deal with corporate customers, and that makes it it's a B2B sale. So in B2B selling, primarily all the customers are corporate customers, because they are making intermediate products. So सब जितना clients है, customers है, वो corporate clients होगा. Is that clear? So I have explained you a broad comparison between B2B and B2C selling. चिंता मत करो, इस सब का PPT मिल जाएगा, इसको इतना सर पे लोड लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. Now I have a fact check. As I explained you, so many things happen. Now this is one problem that actually any B2B manager will do. 53% of the total sales that usually happen, that was expected to happen, doesn't happen. 53%, almost half of the sale cost that we used to do go in a waste. Nobody buys. We used to be in a so long negotiation and so many things and so many things, and somebody says, okay boss, we are done, we don't require this. Our requirement is changed, our requirement is dropped, we don't have enough funds. So 50% of the B2B sales go in clear waste. So this is one fact which, which is the reality of the B2B businesses. Now, this is some of the very famous, the more brand that you might know. So you know Cisco?
Yes.
So what does Cisco make?
Network devices.
Absolutely correct. This is my speaking. So what is KPMG does? KPMG? KPMG? Yes. KPMG does consulting, tax advisory. Accenture? SAP? Reliance, Albert, you already said. So who knows? Hindustan Zinc Limited? Anybody from Udaipur? You know Hindustan? What does it mean?
Sir, zinc items and all, like
What zinc items?
the pipelines and all that. No.
So Hindustan Zinc is primarily the zinc producer of zinc, silver, copper. It is now known as what? Hindustan Zinc has a different name these days. What is the name? Who's the parent organization of Hindustan Zinc? Yeah, absolutely. Who's this? I don't know. So I am not very good every company's details, so who makes what, you got confused. So if you have KUKA, you have Industry Buying, you have Knight Frank, JVMs, India Mart, G4S, they make consulting to IT, to robots, to everything they make. And oh, Oh, that's super. So you don't know Vedanta. Hindustan think they now have Vedanta company. So these are very famous product manufacturing or services manufacturing organizations. Some of very popular names I have, taken before as large company. So they are also the B2B suppliers. Don't mind it is one of the biggest, security companies of the world. Not here. It has got a very huge office in Gurgaon. So peculiarity. Now I will not look at the slide because this slide I am really tired of. ये ऐसा ऑफिस का presentation बनाने जैसा like just to make it for you. All the things which I have actually highlighted in yellow is really meaningful to you. First is the demand elasticity we already talked about. ये ऐसा सिर्फ B2B में ही होता है. Understand this. These businesses amongst all the major differences between B2B and B2C, these things, yellow highlighted things are very, very peculiar to the B2B businesses. Primarily, one is the demand elasticity. Second is the deal sizes, influencers, because in B2C you don't have any influencers, there are hardly any influencers. Strategies and buyer seller relationship. So in B2B you always have a very strategic relationship with your buyer, with the seller. It does not happen in B2C. So ये इसको समझना अच्छे से, this is very much required, and it will make the basis of all the next slides. I am especially putting it because it is actually the basis of all the slides I am going to do right now. Done? आगे चलें? Now, how does a buying happen? Because to understand any business very well, you need to understand कि इस process में buying कैसे होती है, इस organization में buying कैसे होती है, how does actually buying happen? So अभी इसको थोड़ी देर साइड में रखते हैं, एक relevant common sense लगा है, and be more interesting. So you had a severe heated altercation with your girlfriend, and in the heat of the moment, you throw your mobile phone. Happens? होता है? तो क्या होगा? पापा तक तो बात ही जाती ना, गर्लफ्रेंड से बात करके थोड़ा है। So what happened? क्या होता है सर? फक करके छोड़ने के बाद कंपनी में जाना पड़ता है। एग्जैक्टली। तो कंपनी में जाने से पहले ना एक रियलाइजेशन होता है। क्या होता है? अरे ये तो टूट गया, मतलब फेक तो दिया, मतलब ये तो टूट गया। So first thing is in any B2B buying processes, which is problem recognition by user. Use your common sense. किसी भी buying process में सबसे पहले problem recognition होता है, हमें ये चाहिए. We need this particular material, and say any construction company they want cement, so they'll understand for that particular project we used to have a buyer supplier there, and we used to have a requirement of 40 metric tons. So they understand this particular problem that we are going to start our new site and we use material there. So this is the problem recognition by the user. So this is the stage one. Now, why I say that we need to learn the peculiarities, because buying cycle in B2B is very, very different. For any problem recognition, they will make an RFP document, request for proposal, या tender request. Tender आता है, RFP documents बनते हैं, where their actual demands, actual needs come from. ऐसा चाहिए, फास्टनर का साइज कितने mm का होना चाहिए, इसकी स्ट्रेंथ कितने मेगापास्कल की होनी चाहिए. It requires a lot of things for nitty-gritties. SLA requirements are there. SLA, service level agreements. So what is if your equipment breakdowns, you need to repair it in 24 hours. Otherwise, they will put up a penalty. The entire RFP document is being quoted to the supplier. Now, very, very important, and who does this? After once you see that is the problem. Then you load an RFP document. After that, you started searching the suppliers. Sometimes you have suppliers, sometimes you don't have suppliers. You have something new coming up, so you need to have more suppliers. So you search and started evaluating. You ask them to come to your office, to meet them. They evaluate their products. Sometimes they use their products also. After the evaluation comes the selection part. Among all the suppliers, on the basis of their supply strength, on their brand relevance, on their price, and India is one of the most competitive markets across the world. यहाँ price के वो कितने का है वो और भी क्या है, it's common to everybody. Even Microsoft के selling to somebody वो सवाल यही आएगा कि कितने में दोगे. So that is very relevant in this kind of organizations. So supplier search is a very critical part. Once the supplier search is done, the contract is awarded to somebody. So it can be called work order मिल गया, LOI मिल गया, letter of award मिल गया, something to supply. So once a supplier gets this kind of an order, he can actually make a supplier and he can make it actually the sale. This is what the sale done का बोली, sale का बोली. When you get this LOI or LOI, is that clear? And in the last, so I have put in the bracket the user organization for कौन क्या करता है in the commercial organization does what and the performance evaluation. If I use this Lenovo laptop which is being provided by my company, I actually done the evaluation. What this is not good, this is good. So Lenovo does not have these features, that feature. So lastly, the users give the final feedback on the performance feedback. If you are changing some project organizations, changing to project organizations. So in the last, the performance evaluation is being done by the users. So this is a typical B2B buying process. I sincerely hope this is clear. This is very sound boring, but this happens like this way. Is that clear? Now, before getting into strategy, I'll give a thoughtful, view to it. Can you see this picture very clearly? So what exactly you can understand from this picture? What is this? Finish plan. Okay? Anybody? Who said that? Man-to-man marketing is more accurate as a word. Yes, this is absolutely man-to-man marketing. And now this is my own brainchild, and this is I have my learnings from the corporate world which I am sharing it right now, my personal learning, and this is the strategy which I have actually built up and I am using it right now live in my organization. This is called the M2M approach, which is primarily used in the sports, in football and hockey. Chakra India dekha tha. So man-to-man marketing is one approach, is one of the key approaches that which we use as a strategy tool into B2B business markets. Is that clear? So I'm going to elaborate about this, and you should be very watchful what happens. I'm going to show you a map, which is primarily an M2M model map, which indicates the mapping of the various roles, people, departments in the customer organization, and helps in making the stakeholder specific action in क्या माना. थोड़ा सा complex है definition, I'll make it very simple. Everybody has his own set of work in the customer organization. So customer has a user, customer have commercial organization which actually buys, commercial have then administrative organizations, then HR, then this, that, sourcing, many different organizations work together. When you are making a business sale, you need to understand who is what. What is the role of this particular person in this organization? And how influencing that particular person is to the key decision makers. Do I repeat it once again? In this entire M2M marketing, it is very relevant to understand who in this organization is important to me. I'll just explain it more. So there are roles, and these are not किसी का नाम नहीं है, but these are different kind of things that people do. So there are some initiators in the entire buying process. Say I need some computers, my department needs some computers. So I write a request letter to my accounts and the commercial organization, buying organization, procurement organization that I need some computers. Let's put it like this. So I become a initiator. In any organization, there are people who act as a gatekeeper. चौकीदार होता है. He won't allow you to enter anything. So if I am a B2B seller and I want to sell computers, he will never show me where is the right person is. Until unless I will make it into a green account. अगर मैं उसे अपना friend बना लेता हूँ, I'll get in a good relationship with him. He will show me the right path. Boss उसके पास चले जाए. Gatekeepers are very relevant when it comes to a B2B sale. You need to understand who is a gatekeeper in this organization. End users. End user who होता है, who is actually maybe consuming the resources. Say, if my department is going to use this computers, it becomes a end user department. Budget holders. In any B2B sale, you have a different commercial organization which is going to give you budget. Okay, you requested for computers, your request is approved. Now we are going to give you a budget of 20 lakh rupees. Go and buy. And then, which I told you in the sales part, influencers, very relevant in this business, very peculiar to the business. You have to go multiple people will go into this line. My admin team, my this team, IT team, my commercial team, they said this is not relevant, this supplier is not good, इसका इतिहास ठीक नहीं, geography ठीक नहीं, blah blah blah. And the most important people are the decision makers. So जो मोबाइल फोड़ने वाला जो बात था, who is the decision maker? At least in college terms, your father don't give you money. He is the decision maker. So you have to done the entire journey, and I will tell you how to reach there. This is very simple, yet very strategic in nature. So I will have some color relevance also. Just keep it in mind. Whenever somebody cell is green in color, he is a supporter. When a color is into like blue, it is the neutral people who I really hardly bothers to me. Somebody X now, Y come, it doesn't matter to me. And there are red, who just does not like you. There are n number of reasons. You are not good, your face is not good, your company is not good, and maybe some other reasons also. So India have a larger portion of the other reasons also. So these people are called detractors. Now, all eyes here. Look, you are standing where? You are there. In this end-to-end mapping, the approach should be, you need to understand who are the gatekeepers, who are the users, who are your budget holders, influencers, and the key decision maker. And I must tell you, the entire life of a B2B manager goes into this. In any organization, if you want to make a sale, it is very relevant to understand is the IT में कौन है, who is this, and then Nilesh just faced this yesterday. So he has faced this yesterday only. So you need to understand the customer org, the entire customer organization. Because if you want to make a good, respectable sale, you need to understand gatekeepers. If you make a great gatekeeper green, he'll show you the way. वो कहेगा boss, I can tell you, the right person to talk is the end user. Go and take a good feedback from him and then come back. So I'm not saying it is always like this way. I just put the sales right and do. It may be anywhere you can be creatively. So to reach to the key decision maker, you have to go through your budget holders, through end users, and the most important part, the influencer. Owner का, the key decision maker का influencer कौन है? जैसे you have Mr. Amit Shah, that being close to Mr. Narendra Modi. So you need to have somebody, you have to get into the right, either you get into the right influencer and either you understand the gatekeeper. So you need, and in M2M mapping, why I am calling it as an M2M mapping primarily, that you have to map each and every man there. Who does what? And surprisingly, they don't have a big team to do that. Sometimes many B2B managers are individual contributors. So you have to go find this guy, okay, who asked for heal password time, then you understand I have to meet somebody else, and I have to go to user department, then I have to go to the sourcing department, get everybody in place and make a sale. Or lose a sale. Anything can happen. So this is the process, how you make a sale. First, step number one, you need to understand who in the organization, which I just told you. Second is identify the friend. इसको और सिंपल बताता हूँ मैं कि once you understand who is who, कमजोर कड़ी कौन है, you need to understand. इनमें से किसके साथ में फ्रेंडशिप करके मैं अपना सेल आगे बढ़ा सकता हूँ, move it. So you have to identify that friend, share informative content. Because you don't, you can't talk anything to in the B2B sales. You need to be informative. You need to be very, very elaborative. Once you will done this, you reach to a third step or the fourth step, which is the product trials. So unlike a B2C sale, this is again a peculiarity. You need to do the product trials. How can I buy something which I haven't used? I mean, which is having a value of a crore rupees. Say, just give one example. If one of my customers, so he's in coal mining. Coal mining is a very, very different ball game. Like very, very different. It is entirely production based. And it has the, one of the major costs in the entire business is the equipment cost. So, one of the trucks that we sold, maybe start from 60 lakh rupees and go up to an equipment of around 4 crore rupees. 60 lakh rupees to 4 crore rupees. And he may be requiring n number of instruments, the equipment. It may be 50, 60, so you can multiply 60 crore rupees, 70 crore rupees, 100 crore rupees, 200 crore rupees. So these kinds of sales cannot happen without a product trial. So they will ask you this, boss, send me one truck, we'll do the entire time, we'll do the study, we'll see the load, we'll do everything, and then we will approve your product. Is that clear? All the 4 steps are clear? And the fifth process, and one of the most important processes, like negotiate and close. So you do anything. In India, you will always negotiate and renegotiate. Multiple rounds happen, and after that, you will again find that the decision maker will, अच्छा एक काम करो तो 10% और कम कर दो. You are already at a very low level. You can't do 10%, but you have to do it. This is how sales happen in India. So this is again a very important process. And lastly, brick wall. Brick wall is when you move. And I can compare it with the advocacies in the B2C sales. Advocacy is like, I vouch for your product. I being your customer, but I say somebody, boss, this is the product you should use, and I say, on my recommendation, buy this. So for brick walling, there are several methods of brick walling. So I will not go deep into this, but you have to make some senior results, and you have to do some different kinds of programs to brick wall your customer. Brick wall is like to ensure that this customer does not go for me. Is that clear? And again, I will just go to a fact that what exactly happened in B2B. This is the reality. A Gartner report says that 77% of the B2B buyers say that their fastest purchase was, the latest purchase was very difficult and complex. In B2B business, it's not very easy to close a deal because it has a lot of business value, it has a lot of people involved, a lot of production costs involved. Production may get hard if you go for a wrong supplier. So 77% of the B2B buyers feel that any product that they buy is quite complex to close the entire chain to buy a product. So now we are reaching to the end of this presentation, and I just want to go what is actually required. Other B2B manager can manage what is required. I will make your life hell into this for sure. If you started reading, you will go crazy. Sari kya padha rahe ho? But it is like this way. Take the ownership of managing few large accounts and driving visibility in the business. You have to manage some customers. I will make it very simple, don't read it. So you have to go and meet many customers or very few customers, but big, large customers. You have to make the CXOs and the decision makers who all are there. CDO कौन है, PO कौन है, जो operating officer कौन है, plant head कौन है, this that you have to map. Techno-commercial decision on the customer deals, you have to do a lot of techno-commercial decisions. You don't, so it requires maybe engineering knowledge, and in most of B2B sales it requires engineering knowledge. And then commercial knowledge, also, GST की applicability क्या है, state taxes कितने हैं, and one most important one, the most difficult part of doing the B2B, you are acting as B2B manager in organization is you have to talk with lot of people within your organization. You have to talk with your product team. Because buyer ने बोला you have to change it, so you have to change it. Then you have to request somebody, research into different things. You have to talk with the marketing team, boss. You have to contact to change your SNC, etc. So you have to manage lot of people across in B2B within your organization. So you have to manage it. You have to need lot of cross-functional interactions are out there. And you have to respond timely. इतना interactions के बाद में you have to, if a date of RFP or a technical tender close on 16th day, so you have to have your things corrected. All the value chain of your selling cycle or your departments has to get everything so that you can submit your bid on 16th. And one of the most critical part to it is you have to continuously track. And that is why I want you guys started reading newspapers, started reading what is happening in businesses. Because if you want to stay relevant, you have to start analyzing the market. Business को समझो, book को मत समझो, book उतना relevant एक time के बाद नहीं रह जाती है. When you come out of this, you understand how the business is working, and that is why Sarojini has asked me to go, a more commercial presentation and more business relevant presentation. So because books में you will learn the context. In fact, we learn the more American context. Very honest with you, Philip Kotler is not an Indian writer, he is an American writer. So we learn more about what happens in this. Learn here. Learn more about the businesses, learn business books, lot of branding, material, marketing stuff, digital stuff, anything but learn. Or I will not make your life hell. It is not that tough. Try to be a team. What is team? You know anybody? Team?
It's a T-shaped professional, we can say.
Absolutely correct. And I'm a class of that. Absolutely class. So this is required. Anybody in this room who wants to grow as a B2B manager, wants to grow, who wants to, be, because all the companies like somebody who is in a personality of a T-shaped personality. T-shaped personality क्या होता है? You need to have the in-depth knowledge of a particular skill. You should be master of one skill. Say search engine optimization. You have learned search engine optimization. You should be a master of that search engine optimization. But what is the breadth? Breadth is you don't, because this is a skill. So the I part of the vertical part is the length part, and which is the depth. You know about a skill and very deeply you know about that skill. What is required is you should know that how to use this particular skill, and you should be experienced, you should have to have an experience of that, knowledge of it, and you can use it across sectors. ऐसा नहीं कि I am using it for only digital marketing organizations. I can use it for some manufacturing organizations, service organizations, for anybody. So ऐसे somebody, when you have a T-shaped personality, organizations love you. They say, boss, you're right fit. Any organization will pick you. So, and honestly speaking, it requires a little time for doing this, all this. So this is one message which is very, very important, and I just want to, this is my last slide. And I want to make it clear that if you want to grow in your, any point of time, you want to grow and you be fit for all kind of person, and you should be a T-shaped personality. So कोशिश कीजिएगा, and all my message to everyone here is try to be a T-shaped personality as much as you can. And with this, I am really, really thankful to all of you. And you can reach out to me. This is my email, this is my blog, and this is my email page. You can reach out to me any point of time, any help, any professional help that you want. So I cannot guarantee you again to respond as fast as I can. But I will just try to keep it whenever in the evening, so lady class, when I get time, I'll definitely share my time with you, and we can have a chat, we can have messages, we can do everything. So I am accessible through these links, any point of time you can be in touch with me. I am really thankful to Sadhani ma'am, to the faculty members and our institute. Thanks Vivek for putting me in line. And to all this native say but I am really thankful to you being a patient audience. Really, really thanks for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us and enlightening us with the practical insights of B2B. We hope to look upon your work and achieve success like you in future. Now, I would request sir to allow and permit us for the doubt clearing session. Those who have the query, kindly raise your hands.
Yeah, please. I just have
Good afternoon, sir. I am Master and I am a third semester student. So my question was that you said 53% of the dealings that you spend time like for 6 to 7 months, even 1 year, then suddenly at the end it goes in waste. So then how it affects you like you are working in an organization, you have spent so much time, still it gets goes in waste, then how it affects you?
Yeah, this is very, very important. In fact, I must say that's a very valid question. In fact, this usually happens, this is very, very common. But somebody who is handling or the head of a CAM team or key account team, you understand this very well. Your managers understand that this happens many times. You be participating in the deal and suddenly one fine day the organization, the customer organization feel that we don't need this product, or we may not have a requirement, or maybe some other problems are there. But in fact, I must tell you, this is one of the most mature organization or within the sub-organization, within the larger organization. CAM teams are usually very mature. They understand this process and they understand this thing usually happens. So I just tell you one practical example. What happens is like we've been following this customer for long time, before second corona time, we will be discussing things, big daily things to happen. Till today, this is almost 6 months. Hello. So this is almost 6 months now, and we haven't closed the deal yet. But yes, you have to be putting your efforts all the times. You have to put something. You have to bring something to the customer table all the times. Any discussion, any irrelevant discussion sometimes, but some product trial, some new product to make it. This deal is like to show it like it may not happen. It's fake, but if any given day, we see your efforts that you are putting so much of effort, and everybody is looking at you. So if in the future, if that demands come, we will ask you first to come in. So this thing happens, yes, absolutely yes, this happens. So it hardly matters any kind of organization, everybody knows. Hanging नहीं होता है. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सर, आपने बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है। मैं सेम बिजनेस में हूँ, आईटी, मेरी कंपनी आईटी कंपनी है, बैंकॉक आईटी इंफ्रा प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, और उसका एक्चुअली पर्पस भी यही है कि B2B बिजनेस में और बड़े कॉर्पोरेट्स को अपना क्लाइंट बनाना। तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ आपसे कि अप्रोच कैसे करें, कैसे, जैसे अभी मैं लाइक 15 कंपनीज में मैं वर्क कर रहा हूँ और मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे पास 50 और मोर देन 50 कंपनीज मेरी क्लाइंट्स होनी चाहिए एज ए वेंडर, आई शुड सर्व दैम। तो आप क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं दैट शुड मोटिवेट मी टू, हाउ कैन आई ग्रो इन दिस बिजनेस?
English.
He is good enough to understand all this. He is able to grow. But I just help you into this. What happens is, say if you want to, you have some new business and you want to get into, especially the relations into the IT infrastructure. So understand, keep your common sense. Who is the user of an IT infrastructure in the organization? Who is it? User can be any department. Who can be the initiator in this? Initiator also may be any other department. But who is the most important department to deal with and who can be a gatekeeper in this entire journey is the IT or the person. The IT, the hardware guy. So you need to understand who is the hardware guy. And before that, you need to know who is your target audience. If I am costing something and my infrastructure will cost something, I can be relevant to maybe some mid-level kind of an organization. I can be relevant to some small organizations. If I am dealing with some Apple sort of infrastructure, I cannot go and talk to any small organization. So I need to understand what I am supplying, who is the most relevant to it, and I need to have a table. A basic thumb rule says that any point of time, only 50% of the B2B buyers are high. 50% के ऊपर कस्टमर आपके और 50 के लिए होगी, then only 25%, maybe 25 of them will be buying. So you must have to have the list of these 50 accounts who you want to target first. Who are the relevant persons in this organization of the IT? Who is the handling guy? Who is the maybe a gatekeeper or something? Who are the influencers? I honestly still do that. Who is the influencer in these organizations? All these 50 organizations, I know them by name, by their mobile numbers. In fact, sometimes I know their family members. Which you have to be, you are in India, and you get to be, little professional, little person, and then you take it. So, in that, any such kind of a sale, first identify your audience, identify the method and marketing, because you need to understand the customer organization. And every second day or third day, you cannot do it every day. हर दिन ऐसे में delivery को आपको काम करेगा. In B2B buyers, make some information to the customer through email, more professional channels, so that these people take you seriously. अगर आपने ऐसा random उठा के मैसेज भेज दिया ना, you will block. To stay relevant, these customers require more professional approach, more relevant approach, and above all, and the mother of all, to make a sale, create references. If you have a very strong reference within a particular sector, say Nilesh wants to get into the poultry businesses, like the IT infrastructure poultry companies, or a bringing organization like bottling organizations. So he needs to take reference of one of his customers and say, boss, and reference sale, I am telling you, is the most powerful tool, most powerful selling skill ever in this, at least in Indian arena. Yes.
All business I got from reference, or you will be happy to know that I got the business from the reference from IIM students. I mean alumni, my seniors, all the business.
In fact, try to help you completely. I always try to, I just caught up with it yesterday when my organization required some IT when I called him up and he said, next one. So businesses built through references are one of the most powerful businesses. Any other more questions there?
So, my name is Rishika.
One more, last.
I'm from Sanford and looking for a talent presentation. as we talk about sales and buying into perspectives, what is the major difference as a manager working with B2B and B2C?
So I talk about the peculiarities. Peculiarities, I mean, in a B2B businesses, it's really the same process. You need to understand what content I'm selling, the marketing on. Do I need to get to this slide? One second. So, see, there are two specific peculiarities in this when you are selling. One is you need to understand the influencer in the organization. It is very, very relevant. Then I talk about the strategy. It should be informative, entertaining in nature. It should be informative. Whatever content you are selling it to your buyer, it has to be more informative. What products, what changes that you have done, what changes that you have done. How does your product will help your buyer? How does it will increase the productivity? So when I just tell you one relevant example I had is when I was working in Mahindra Logistics, we were selling logistics. So what is logistics? What is supply chain? You can't touch supply chain. You can't touch logistics. So this is primarily a service sale. So in services sale, you need to tell that boss, I am managing your, say, JIT, or I am managing your the entire supply chain or the production chain. So my supply chain services will help you increase your productivity time by 1 minute, and that 1 minute will end up into so much of billing hours. So you need to give your informative content in this way that will increase your productivity by 15%. It will increase your production by 200 metric tons. And one very important thing is that you need to be strategic as far as these cases are concerned. You have to be very consultative in selling. You don't see it as a product. You must talk to your customer in the language that boss, I am a consultant, I am a helper to you. I will not talk anything, I just am in very urgency of buying. Don't show your urgency of buying. Be consultative. How my product will help into increasing your product. This is the key. I think I am. Yes, please.
So you have talked about the relations, like references and all. So to what extent does the personal relation and the corporate relations affects the sale of a business, and what matters to you as being in a business, time or money?
See, they're very, very relevant, and this is tricky. Within Indian environment, these things go hand in hand. Both professional and well as personal. It is, you understand, 70% professional and 30%. Because if your product won't perform, your personal relationship won't have. 70% it is your process, your the strategy, and most importantly, your product has to perform. If your product performing, then even if you don't require a personal relationship, that will also work. Secondly, it also depends on the kind or the maturity of an organization. If it is a small organization, then understand you are a buyer. I meet you, you meet me. You don't send me an RFP document and everything, but your small business, you are the recipient. I need not to meet any influencer anybody. So, it is a शक्ल पे विश्वास हो जाता है. India में but you know कि शक्ल देख के विश्वास होता नहीं है. ये तो सही. The conviction comes when you grow as an organization. You become bigger and you have 50, 60 people and you have 100 people around. You may not be the kind of decision maker, or maybe a kind of decision maker. In the small and medium business enterprises, personal relationship does work, but in the enterprise businesses and the large organizations, it is like 90-10. 90% of your product performance and 10% of your positive. That's it. I think I'm good.
What matters to you, time or money?
Any given day, time is always far, far away. And it is the topmost priority. You lose time, you lose money.
So sir, you are talking about that for closing a deal, it takes 6 months or 12 months approximately. So you lose both time and money in that situation. So
I'm sorry, please.
That's all.
Except a fact of life. And this is nothing to do with you. Something will take their own good time. Very simple. If a baby will come in 9 months, it will come in 9 months. Maybe about a little earlier 8 months. But it will take your own time. Everything from business to life, sometimes it requires a little time and you to sit and relax. So what I'm doing right now, I've been chasing a customer for the last 6 months and I've been here just yoga. So देखा था ना जिम carry वो होगा because I have seen it. That's my experience that I know if you are persistent, efforts are there, it will going to happen one day. And that time cost and money cost are always calibrated in our organization. So पता 6 महीने ये लड़का फिर मुफ्ती देना लगेगा, the 7th month 8 payback. This is very calibrated in the organization that any long B2B sales take a time. They are ready for it. 6 months, 7 months in the cycle, so they won't say you anything. But that time that you have already invested in that relationship will always pay back 100 and I must tell you this is I make a sale. I just try to I got a big customer. Company was Bombardier. You know what Bombardier means? मेट्रो ट्रेन में बैठे हो मेट्रो का किसी कैनेडियन नाम है तो वन परचेज मैनेजर who used to keep me away all the time and I met him somewhere in maybe in Rajasthan or maybe where else and he was working some different organization and he gave me business. So for you, as far as your question is concerned, that time is actually wasted. But me as a person, that time you invested and paid. Thank you, and very good question. Yes.
Basically, usually when girls look for their placements and job opportunities, they usually think that B2B is not their role. So, any suggestion for those types of processes that processes might be?
ये सब से हमारे पापा के जमाने का ये इनफैक्ट हमारे जमाने की जो आदमी वो पहले ऐसा सोचते इनफैक्ट I must tell you girls have a more secured environment when they are into B2B business because B2B customer ऐसा आपको will never ask you to come home, will never ask you to talk irrelevant. Whenever you have a female manager sitting in front of you, and mostly in the B2B organization, they are, in fact, I have one of my very they are very, I must tell you, they are more secured as an organization because you go and meet, say, you're just you're working with a SaaS organization, you're making a SaaS product. So who is your client? I cannot be your client. Nobody in the single human is your client. It may be some larger software organization, maybe a larger manufacturing organization, which is having very secure environment and people are working with ladies. So I must tell you, B2B is one of the most secure places as far as the female is concerned. And everybody, I just suggest you, and especially the ladies in the house, B2B is one business which is very mature, very protected, and there is hell or blood. But you have to be very persistent, you have to be very hard working, and nothing comes easy. लड़कों के लिए और लड़कों के लिए बराबर है. Nobody will treat you differently. Your product should be good. Your persuasive skills, your ability, and your how good you as a sales guy matters. Irrespective of transgender or the way.
And how should we prepare for it? I mean, the entry levels of the price.
You should start working with the corporate teams and you can work under these things and senior corporate managers. Because they can actually introduce you to the business. Because you cannot be directly in the face of the customer because you cannot handle that customer directly. Especially when this is an engineering organization. So engineering organizations which makes equipment, which make automobiles, which make other engineering products, you need to have Indian knowledge of the product as well as the chemicality because sometimes difficult questions come to make a clear answer and that should not. अगर आप उसके सवाल के जवाब नहीं दे पाओगे, that will definitely erode your image. इसलिए I am putting it 100 times in this room because you guys are here also. The environment out there is really rough. It's already rough. One of the times you need to prepare really hard. यहाँ से अपने आप को तैयार करके जाना बाहर it's very very hard. And I've seen people who there is a very crude business idea, this ego, garbage in and garbage out. Go out of the college, learn and in all the batches across the colleges, you come here, enjoy here, and treat here, and politics here. You go out and you be killed in politics. किसी का नहीं. Do not waste the most important time of your life. Enjoy, learn, and talk about it. Yes.
Can you please share your first client chase experience?
And
Client chasing experience.
on my client chasing experience, so I was transferred. I joined Bangalore District Limited, and my boss was my senior IM and very tough. Just telling you, and I just shifted from Sonalika Tractors and I get into Gujarat. Before that, I never did Gujarat. I'm not aware about any corporate line. I had just 1.5 years experience, and I don't know anything about this place. And he said, Coca-Cola में I just want we should able to make some supply chain deal to do it. And I just want shampoo and boss, I must tell you. At that point of time I have a bike. And I don't know where is the actual Coca-Cola in the entire Gujarat. So, and at that point there was no Google Maps, nothing to help. And you learn and grow when nobody is there. I get to the people, distributor, ask the boss, Coca-Cola is there. I go there, he said something. I go that place, it was closed. Then I get to know about a plant. Then I ask somebody, he give it to me some address. I give it to this guy who stays near to my building. I got him, I just try to get with him, get the chance to meet, get people say after going 70 kilometers from Ahmedabad, he said, boss, ask the plant one day, so it took me almost 15 days to get one. This is life. मजा आया होगा, आएगा ना? You're living that. Nothing comes easy, my dear friend. It took me 15, 16 years to be stand on this duty.
Thank you, sir, for clearing all the doubts. Now, I would request our respected Deputy Director, FMS IRM, Dr. Tarjini Ma'am, for facilitate the chief guest. Now I would request our second guest of the day, Mr. Nitish Jain, sir. Nitish Jain, sir.
was absolutely right when we initiated the talk that even chapter 8 of Kotler will not give you this kind of knowledge. Certainly not. Not even, I would also say, not even the best person would give you, even if they have been studying this for long. Only the industry person can give you this kind of a hands-on experience, the nitty-gritties of it. Thank you so much, basically, Mr. Raj. One more thing. Lastly, I would like to just add one thing. You actually, that is what I've learned by sitting there. You actually grow through whatever with what you go through. So you must go through to actually grow through, right? So please understand these points. These are very important for life. Thank you once again. So thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request our alumni coordinator, Ms. Hiram, Ms. Ruchi Sisodia, ma'am, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Tanvi. It's an honor to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks on the occasion of our alumni meet in FMSI. Being an alumnus of batch 2008-10 and the alumni coordinator, I, Ruchi Sisodia, on behalf of FMSI and the entire management, wants to extend hearty gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Rajat Naik, sir, for sharing his graceful words of wisdom today. Sir, it was definitely an enlightening session about the segmental models of B2B, its peculiarities, the strategies, as well as the buying process, and also the insights related to what are the requirements to be a B2B manager. It has been our tribute to host you on in your own alma mater, sir. Thank you so much. Also would like to thank Mr. Nilesh Jain for his kind presence to grace the occasion. Would like to extend a heartfelt thank to Dr. Tarjini Goyal, Deputy Director at FMSIRM, for guiding and cooperating with us for the event. All the faculty members and the staff members for their continuous support, and at last all the participants for coming here and peacefully attending the session. Thank you so much again.